I've camped alone many times. That's why I didn't panic when the forest went quiet. Anyone who spends time outdoors knows silence happens. Wind shifts, animals move on, you tell yourself it's normal. But this silence felt different. It felt intentional. I was camping deep inside a forest in northern India, a place locals warned me about without ever clearly saying why. They'd just tilt their heads and say, "Don't stay after dark." Naturally, I stayed. I wanted isolation. No phone signal, no people. Just a small tent, a fire, and a few nights of quiet. I reached the spot by late afternoon. Dense trees, uneven ground, no trail nearby. Perfect. The first evening was peaceful. Birds called, leaves rustled. I cooked instant noodles and watched the fire burn down into glowing embers. That's when the sounds stopped. Not gradually, instantly. No insects, no birds, no wind. I remember thinking how loud my breathing sounded. I stood up and turned slowly, listening. The forest felt closer, like it had leaned in. I laughed it off, zipped my jacket tighter, and went into the tent. That was my first mistake. Sometime after midnight, I woke up because I felt watched. You know that feeling, the kind that pulls you out of sleep without a sound. My eyes snapped open, heart already racing. Outside the tent, something moved. Not walking, dragging, slow, heavy, leaves crunching under weight. I held my breath. My tent was thin, cheap fabric, barely a barrier. The dragging sound circled once, then stopped directly behind my head. I could see a shadow through the tent wall. It didn't move like a person. It swayed side to side like it was smelling. I told myself it was an animal, bear, boar, anything normal. But animals breathe, they sniff, they shift their weight. This thing was silent. Then it tapped the tent. One finger, slow, deliberate. Tap, pause, tap. My body locked up. I couldn't scream, couldn't move. I stared at the fabric inches from my face, watching the shadow lean closer. And then it spoke, in my voice, softly, like I was whispering to myself. "Hello?" My blood turned to ice. I hadn't spoken all night. The voice repeated, clearer this time. "Hello? Is someone there?" Exactly the way I say it. I don't know how long I lay there. Seconds felt like hours. My thoughts were screaming, "Don't answer, don't move." Outside, the thing waited. Then it laughed. Not a human laugh, too breathy, too stretched, like it was practicing the sound. After that, it dragged itself away. I didn't sleep again. When dawn finally came, sunlight felt unreal. The forest sounds returned, birds, insects, as if nothing had happened. I packed up fast, hands shaking. That's when I noticed the footprints. They weren't animal. They weren't human either. Too long, too thin. The toes were wrong, like they bent backward slightly. And there was only one set. Whatever it was, it hadn't walked around my tent. It had circled by dragging itself. I left immediately. But the story doesn't end there. 2 weeks later, I was home, showered, safe. I almost convinced myself it was a nightmare, until my phone rang at 2:13 a.m. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. Silence. Then breathing. Slow, familiar. And then, in my own voice again. "Hello? Is someone there? My phone fell from my hand. The call ended. I blocked the number, changed my SIM, tried to forget. But sometimes, late at night, when my room is quiet, too quiet, I hear movement outside my window. Not footsteps, dragging. And once, just once, I heard a tap on the glass. 3 slow taps. Tap, pause, tap. I don't camp anymore because whatever I met out there didn't stay in the forest. And I think the worst part is, it learned my voice, and it's still practicing.